Hi everyone. We're live here. I want to introduce Marie Ande of Her Fitness. I don't know if you can see me. She is here to talk about how not to fail at your New Year's resolution. So we're a couple weeks, not years, excuse me, into the new year. And we've been talking a lot about that here at the store and how everyone can keep up with their new fitness routines, their weight loss goals, whatever it is for you, stress management, just boosting your activity level, whatever that is for you. Marie is our expert, so we're really happy to have her here today. And
okay,
I'll give it over to you.
All right, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
So for those of you online and in the back row who don't know me, I help women get healthy, fit, and strong so that they look great, feel great, and we work with women of all shapes and sizes, all ability levels, and I like to think that we have a very welcoming community there at Her Fitness. So why make fitness resolutions, or any resolutions for that matter? Because you want change, you want to do something that you're not doing now, and it's a good time to just go with the momentum and start fresh, start new. It's been really busy in the holidays and now the new year, and it's just a great time to work with the motivation that's going on. I don't think you have to do a New Year's resolution, but I think whatever gets you motivated to make change is the perfect time. So why a fitness resolution? Like, what is it about fitness what does fitness give us, I guess is what I'm saying. So I've got my 5 things here that I'm thinking, what does fitness give me? What does exercise give me? How about you? I'm going to make a list on the whiteboard. That's why I got the whiteboard.
Stress reduction.
Okay. Health benefits. Yep.
Energy.
You're hitting on my targets.
Happiness.
Yep.
Makes you feel good.
Yeah.
Strength.
Oh, I didn't think I was going to need 2 rows. Okay. Anything else? Come on. You're not thinking of like the most obvious one that everybody says at New Year's. What? Yeah, look good. Yeah. I'm just going to say look good. So that's what I wrote here. Improve self-confidence. All right, yep, so decrease stress, health benefits, absence of disease. Some people will tell you that absence of disease is not just the health, but there's more to health than that. But simplify it. Like, we don't want to get old and decrepit and diseased. Energy, when you work out, your dopamine, your serotonin, your feel-good hormones elevate. Some people, like, they really get that runner's high. I remember this one woman used to come into where I worked years ago, and she'd get on the Aerodyne bike. It's a bike with the fan and the handles, and she'd be sitting there smiling away. I swear it was almost instantaneous. This woman, really felt that runner high, and I have some runner friends too. They feel the same way. So I don't get this like immediate satisfaction of this different state, but I sure know when I haven't exercised in a day or 2 that I don't feel the same. Increased energy. Why does that matter? Because we want to live a life of intention. We want to do things. We want to be productive. We want to be better of what we are, who we are. Better mothers, better spouse, better friend, better person in the community. And if we have enough energy to do all those things, we feel fulfilled and satisfied. Happiness, I think that kind of goes along with that, and also health benefits and the feel-good energy, the happy hormones, and the feel-good, all the same thing. Increased strength, of course. When you have strength, I think you have self-confidence. I think that if you are confident in your strength and your body's ability to do something, then those two go together. And you know what? Who doesn't want to look good? Everybody comes in and says, yeah, I want to feel healthy. I mean, I want to lose some weight too, but that's not my primary goal. My primary goal is to feel healthy. But deep down, like, we want to look good. We want to be attractive to other people, to ourselves. We want to look in the mirror and be like, yeah, I look good today. So it's not vain. I think it's normal. Okay, so if we want lasting change, we want change for life, for not just the few weeks, the 6 weeks. We have a transformation challenge going on right now, and while that's 6 weeks of kind of focus time, I'm trying to teach everybody that it's not just this 6 weeks. It is for long term. We're trying to develop some habits that are going to be for long term. And lasting change comes from changing your behavior. It doesn't come from changing what you know. A lot of people come in and say, oh, well, I know that, I know that, I know that. But yet they're still not getting results that they want, or they're still not fitting in exercise or eating right. And it's because they haven't changed the behaviors. So you need to change your behaviors. I mean, it sounds kind of obvious, but, why haven't you changed the behavior if you want a result and you want a change, but yet you haven't taken the action to do so? So I think there's two big reasons why people haven't changed their behavior. And one is motivation. Okay, so maybe deep down they really don't want to get fit. Maybe they don't care. I don't know. Maybe these things aren't important for them. They're important to me and my clients, but maybe they're not that important. Maybe they think they're supposed to because their doctor told them, or their spouse told them, or the newspaper told them, or their phone told them that they're supposed to be healthy and exercise. But maybe they really deep down don't care. So there's a certain level of internal motivation that you have to have in order for change to happen. And number two is your habits, because our lives are made of habits. It's a series of habits all day long that create our life. Okay, so from the time that you wake up in the morning until you go to bed at night, everything you do is basically a habit, right? So the alarm goes off. Do you look at your phone? Is your phone in your room? Is your phone not in your room? Do you start reading your work emails? Do you just jump out of bed? Do you lay in bed? Do you hit the snooze button? Do you put your slippers on? Do you not put your slippers on? Do you make breakfast now? Or, how do you drive to work? Do you drive the same way to work? Do you go to the gym first? Do you stop for a cup of coffee? Do you put cream in the coffee? Like, all day long, if you think about it, you even talk to people in the same way. There are habits built in to make life automatic so that you don't have to do, so you don't have to think about basic things. So if our whole life is made of habits, then fitting exercise in has got to become a habit if it's not now. And this also relates to other changes that you want too. But we're here to talk about fitness tonight. So habits are where you're going to find your success in changing your ways, your life, and incorporating fitness into your everyday. To make it who you are. I'm a person who exercises. I'm a fit person. It's all in your habits. Okay. So I was reading about a group of scientists that were studying the brain. They wanted to study brain activity. So they had this monkey, his name is Julio, and they attached all these electrodes to Julio's brain, and they taught him to watch this computer monitor, and when shapes came across the monitor, he would hit a lever, and blackberry juice would drip down, and he would drink it, and he loved it. So the blackberry juice was really tasty, and his pleasure center in his brain would activate. So repeat, repeat, repeat. Shape on the screen, pull the lever, get the juice, be happy. Shape, lever, juice, happy. Repeat, 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 okay? So they're watching and watching and watching, and they do it and do it again. And then they started to notice that Julio would see the shape and his brain would signal pleasure, activation. So they said, that's interesting. He didn't even pull the lever. He didn't get the juice. Why is he happy, Just saw the shape. So he got a cue. His cue or his reminder was this shape. He knew from seeing the shape that he was going to get some juice. So they tweaked the study. They said, all right, we're going to dilute the juice. We're going to delay the juice. We're not going to give him any juice. So you can only imagine what happened when Julio saw the shape, did the lever, didn't get any juice. Right? He was angry. He made a lot of angry, monkey noises, and he was moping. And so there you have craving. You have a neurological habit, craving. Habit now is that there's a neurological response. So I think this is important because a lot of people think I just don't have the willpower. It's all in my head. I don't have the willpower to do it. Why does everybody else, able to get up at 6 in the morning? Why can everybody go straight after work? And they think it's their willpower. It's not always your willpower, it's your just difference of habits. So we never get rid of our habits, but we have to figure out how to change our habits. So another interesting thing with the monkey study is that after Julio did not get the juice at all, he became mopey, but then when that craving was not satisfied, he actually became very angry and depressed. So those areas of the brains became activated too. And this reminded me of being on a diet. And we just talked about this the other day in our workout, that to me, like, diet's that big bad D word, because diet equals deprivation. And when people say, well, I'm on a diet, I can't have that. And meanwhile, somebody just laid out like these great glazed donuts with like raspberry filling or the Boston cream, and you're drooling and you're craving, right? You didn't eat it, but you're drooling. All of a sudden you're hungry. You didn't want it 2 minutes ago, but now that you saw it, it's a craving because we know what it tastes like, and it hits these pleasure sensors in our brain. And now you're on a diet and I can't have it. So you think that it's your willpower, but you just created a habit in your life because you know that eating a great donut is going to taste good and activate your pleasure centers, right? So never eat another donut in your life. That's how you do it. There's a craving. It's not necessarily about willpower. So how do you create a craving for exercise? You have to give yourself a reward. And the reward can come in many ways and many factors. So I'm going to work a little bit backwards here because we've got, just take a second to erase this.
I need some Sprite, let me know.
I can just speak of it. So in the monkey study, the shape was his reminder or his cue. So he had the cue or the reminder. And then he did the lever, so he did the action step, which in our case we're going to be talking about exercise. And then that leads to reward. I hope you can read sideways. Okay. So we're going to talk about the rewards, right? And they can be really, it's funny, I think, because they can be small. But we already said kind of there's health rewards, there's your confidence, energy, attractiveness, but we've also got other words like the endorphin spike. Well, we did talk about that. Checking off a box, right? It's on my list of things to do. Don't you love to like cross things off on your list? Done, right? I know I do, and I know a lot of other people do too. And believe it or not, something small like that is a reward. Seeing friends, like at our fitness studio, you get to come in and you get to see people and you get to interact with other women. And some people have friends, they brought their friends, so now they're seeing their friends every, 3 times a week for a workout instead of eating, going out to lunch once every 6 months. They get to see their friends. It's a reward. Social interaction. Women are really, that's for women over men. Being together, doing it is more important. And then there's the opposite. You get some alone time or me time. When I work out, I go in the morning and I feel like that's my time for me. That's like a reward. I listen to particular podcasts. uninterrupted. Nobody's, jumping at me. No kids at me. Nobody's asking me anything. I'm there, zoned. I'm there. So it could be that. That could be your reward. You might do things that are like more, not substantial, but I guess a little bit bigger, like guilt-free TV. Sometimes people watch TV and they're like, oh, I didn't even work out, I didn't do anything, I feel lazy, and here I am watching TV. But you know what? Work out. The reward is you don't have to feel guilty. You tell yourself, I'm going to watch an hour of TV and I'm not going to feel bad about it. A special dinner after a workout, after you exercise 3 times that week, I'm going out to such and such place, I'm going to have a great dinner. That's my reward. Make it healthy though. A reward could also be better interaction with your spouse, your kids, your co-workers. Because you worked out, all of a sudden you're feeling a better relationship happening. That's a reward. Okay, the scale goes down. If fitness and exercise is important for weight loss to you, you get on that scale and you're like, yeah, I worked out for 2 months and the scale went down, my pants fit better. It's a reward, it's motivating. You buy yourself something special. Anything that you tag as a reward, you make note of that and you connect the two. So cues or reminder. How do you get, we've got like, okay, now we know what we work out, we get this. This is the benefit, this is the pleasure center activated. What are some cues or reminders that if you're not working out, how do we get to work out? How do we get that into our habit? How do we get that to be regular? You have to associate it with something that makes you want to go exercise. Sometimes it's a time of day. First thing in the morning. A cue could be the time of day. It's first thing in the morning. You wake up, you get up, and you go. There's no question, no hesitation. Or right after work. That's your cue. I'm done with work. I go to the gym. Setting an alarm. Just on your phone. It beeps. You go. You know what? It doesn't have to be at a gym. It could be in your house. It could be I go for a walk. It could be I do a couple of squats here or a couple push-ups off the counter. Something. Putting your workout clothes out the night before. I always do that. That's not only a strategy, but it's also a cue and a reminder. You're setting yourself up for success. When you lay everything out, it's all ready. That's one less thing you think about. That's one less thing you have to make an excuse. Put everything out there. Your water's out there, your supplements are out there, your clothes are out there, your sneakers, your coat's out. On a cold, dark time like this of the year, everything is put out the night before. Deep breathing while you're waiting for the shower water to heat up. So Tony Robbins does this thing where he does this breathing activity and just like activates your brain. So it's like breathing in 4, breathing out 4, like really big sniffs, and he does it when he's walking. But I do it when I'm in the car on the way to work out because I'm trying to like get myself motivated, activated, and be like, I'm ready for the gym. Maybe you decide that after dinner, I go for a walk every night instead of cleaning up the dishes right away. I go for a walk right away. I'll do the dishes later. And you know what you can also do is find something that you do regularly. So if you could make 2 lists, like just take a day and make one list, everything that I do. I get up, I take a shower, I make breakfast, I drive to work, like really simple things like that that you don't think of as things that you do, but that you do. And then the second list on another day are things that happen to you. So the environment is acting on you. A song came on the radio. I think this is a little bit harder for me to come up with things, but kids jumping in my bed, the traffic light turns red, those kind of things. So the idea is that to figure out what kind of cue or reminder to hook the habit together with is where can I align the two? Is it right after work? Is it as soon as I drink my tea, I get down and do some stretching exercises. As soon as I take a shower, I go to the gym. some people take a shower before they go to the gym. So all you're trying to do is come up with a place in your day that makes sense to connect a cue or a reminder to fitness. That's it. So how do you develop strategies until fitness actually becomes a craving? So where I'm at, and probably some of you are at, is that fitness is kind of a craving now. Exercise is a craving, and that's where you want to be. So cravings can be bad, cravings can be good, and there's always, I guess you can take it too far, but like I was saying before, I know that when I miss a day of working out or exercising or moving, I'm okay with that. Even 2 days, 3 days, I'm not happy. So I got to that point where on that third day, I'm not active. I'm cranky. You don't really want to be around me. So my friends might want to be. That's okay. But my family, my poor family, they want me to work out. They don't want me to miss 3 days in a row. All right. So how do you get it to that point where it's not simply it's internal. It's internal. It comes from within. And you are that person who is motivated on your own, and you have that habit. Well, you want to develop strategies. These are what I call strategies. So a couple of things that you can do. One is just take this one habit, just one habit. Sometimes, especially around New Year's, we're like, I'm going to lose 50 pounds right now, so I'm going to work out, I'm going to eat all my dinners in, whereas before I was cooking, I was ordering out every time. I'm going to quit smoking, and I'm not going to drink. All right, how long is that going to last? It's not going to last very long. It's going to be, they're all going to go out the window. Pick one thing. There's study after study after study that shows that picking one thing is your best bet for making a habit last. Let's see, 2, write it down. Write down your plan. People who write down their plan, I've seen numbers from 42 to 70% more likely to reach their goals. Does anybody here write down what their goals are, or what their plan is? Kind of? Yeah. Kind of? Kind of. What does kind of mean? So maybe for one goal you write it down, but for another goal you might not write it down? That's what you mean?
Yeah.
How about over here? Anybody on this side? Never write it down? Never write anything down?
That we have to do, yeah.
Like a to-do list?
Yeah.
But what if you want to accomplish something that you're not currently doing? Do you ever write that down?
Yeah.
You have?
I have notes.
Okay. Has it been helpful?
I wrote it down, like a number.
Okay. Okay. I mean, I've done that too. I write goals down all the time for all different areas of my life, and I find that I've gone back and looked, and I'm like, oh, cool, I did that. So not only writing them down, visualization I think goes with this, and reading these things on a regular basis too. But writing with pen to paper and not computer is really powerful because of all the sensory inputs from writing that go up into your brain. So if you can take the time just to write pencil to paper, you have a better shot at reaching those goals that you write down, if they're appropriate. Be committed. So if you are originally motivated, you're like, yes, this is what I want to do. I really want this. Then be committed. You can't sit there and say, I really think I'm going to work out this year. I think, I want to. I think. You can't. You're just like, it's got to be. You've got to be confident about your commitment to it. All right, another strategy, get support. This could be from a professional like me. It could be from a religious leader. It could be from a friend. It could be from a coworker. Somebody who's going to back you up and say, come on, let's do this together. I'll help you. Or I'm not going to do it, but I'm going to, help you do it. So get support. When you're not doing something and there's something that you want to do, go to somebody and let them know. Let them know what you're doing. All right, so be motivated, meaning it's got to be something you want to do. We kind of talked about this. It's got to be what you want, not what somebody else wants for you. And know your obstacles. They always come up. Obstacles are always there. Obstacles and barriers. Barriers are something that you are there, you can't get over, they're beyond your control. I work on Monday through Friday from 9 to 5. That's kind of a barrier, you can't change that. An obstacle is, let's see, my kid has basketball practice on this night, but I think someone else can bring him. Like, you can work around that. Or even, my child got sick today and is home from school, but you know what, I have a plan. I can do something at home, okay? So think about that. Log your progress so you can give yourself a reward, and so again, you're checking things off. You're just like on the list. Be accountable. People come to me, women come to me and say, you know, I need some accountability. I'm like, all right, I'm all over you then. I'll text you when you don't come in. That really is helpful because, like, okay, somebody's expecting me. Somebody wants me there, and it helps to have an outside accountability partner. Know your triggers. I used to ask this of people when they were having trouble with food, especially stress. What are your triggers? And one woman always said it was her husband. So just be aware of that. And be consistent. So if you've said, I'm going to work out every Monday, you're going to work out every Monday forever. Good. Be consistent. And don't quit when you have a failure. So quitting is, you know, I didn't work out that one Monday, and then forget it, I'm throwing in the towel, I'm no good at this. Come on, we all have failures. We all can't, you know, do everything perfect the first time. So go back to consistency. So you've got to be consistent and not quit when you have a failure. You're gonna have a failure. All right, I have a little tricky, sneaky way to help you avoid temptations. Or a lot of people think about this more in the terms of food related, because food and health and exercise kind of go together. And you know, it could be used in working out too. And they're trick words. I don't versus I can't. I think these are huge. I think they're huge. I've seen it come to work, you know, come to play. This can significantly improve your chances of succeeding and reaching your goals. There was a study by the Journal of Consumer Research. They had 120 students, and they put them in two groups. I can't have this, or I don't want that. So the people who, let's say it's ice cream. So the one group that said, I don't eat ice cream, 36% of them gave in and had, you know, the ice cream. Did I say don't? Yeah, don't, right? 30, okay. The people who said, I can't have that ice cream, 61% of them caved and had the ice cream. So when you tell yourself you can't, what are you telling yourself? What are you telling yourself when you can't do something?
Restricting yourself.
You're restricting yourself? What?
That you're depriving yourself.
You're depriving yourself, exactly, and you're reminding your brain of your limitations, that you're out of control, that I don't have control over this situation. So I don't puts the control back on you and the empowerment on you. I don't miss my workout. I don't go more than 3 days. I don't choose to eat, you know, ice cream every night. Now I feel empowered to make a choice. Now I'm not playing victim. I can't, you are a victim. So you have to realize that sometimes we play the victim, and it's poor me, I can't do it, my circumstance won't allow me. Look, you can do whatever you want, you're a grown person. And whether you decide to initiate change or don't, those are your choices. But it's all up to you. But I think those words are very, very powerful. They're powerful for me. They're powerful for some of my clients who have changed their verbiage, their vocabulary, and I think they work. So the idea about how not to fail at your New Year's resolutions is changing the habit, change your behavior, make fitness a craving, and that's how you do it. You do it by connecting the act of exercising with a reward, and you start by doing it by giving yourself and connecting a reminder until it becomes on autopilot. So and then it becomes on autopilot. So that's the end of what I have to, offer. And if you have any questions, I'm happy to answer anything. I'm happy to answer anything about exercise or nutrition or what I just talked about too in terms of habit.
I have a question. I run into a problem with staying motivated. Like if I'm doing and I'm committed to it, but I'm not seeing results necessarily. So like I'm eating well and I'm under an exercise routine.
So is consistency there for long periods of time? With
There have been times where that, I've been, and then like it sounds a little dramatic, but like I'll have a brownie and I'll get 3 pounds the next day. I feel like, okay, well that brownie was at 2,000 calories.
Right.
Like how did that happen?
Okay. Right. So then you kind of get demotivated. Like this is
Right.
worthless. Why bother?
No, it doesn't have, like I'm not doing it rashly, but I think slowly I kind of like, okay, maybe I can do that since it doesn't matter.
Okay. A couple suggestions. Keep a food journal. Have you done that before?
Yeah, really good.
Okay. Because this is what I find, is that people think they're eating a certain way, but they're not. I actually see it quite frequently. And you have to have more days of, so quote unquote, clean eating than not. And lots of little things slip in, and people think they don't make a difference. I remember thinking that, like, oh, that one, Hershey Kiss off that person's desk, that won't make a difference. But it leads to other things. It leads to more than just one Hershey Kiss, usually.
Sugar is so addictive.
Well, yeah, yes. So consistency in the food journal for a long period of time. I mean, at least 2 months. Exercising for at least 2 months. And then if you're having someone help you review your food journal, or you're just reviewing it yourself, and you notice, you're like, what, this is perfectly clean. I don't have one brownie in 2 months. What's going on here? I would head over to a doctor and find out, because maybe there are some hormonal things that you need to look at. I mean, I see that a lot too. And maybe a specialist or a really great nutritionist, because the GPs, while they're well meaning, they see their blood work, it's within the normal ranges, but there's no red flags. But it doesn't necessarily, in my experience anyway.
Endocrinologists can do more comprehensive testing on hormones and imbalances in that way.
And also maybe you're looking at the wrong reward too. Maybe the reward should be that instead of weight loss, the reward is like a pat on the back because I worked out, because I took action. Did the to yourself. You did the Rocky dance because you worked out 4 days last week, and then you just that's I worked out. I took care of myself. Maybe you need a different reward.
Also portion sizes.
What?
Portion sizes.
Portion sizes?
That's what you always say to me.
Yeah,
How much
well,
did you have?
everybody's different.
Yeah.
Portion sizes, definitely make a difference.
I'll measure out the food
Absolutely.
for serving sizes. And you think, oh, I'm not eating that much, and then you measure it out, and you're like, oh, I have 2 servings of that instead of 1. And then you
Yeah, absolutely. Well, if you want to talk about strategies for not eating certain things that are helpful to your weight loss goals, I always cover up things on my counter if they're there. Like I'll take a dish towel or paper towels and cover some up. If you don't see it, out of sight, out of mind. I also try not to buy it. But even good things. I love fatty things. I like, nuts. I like peanut butter, almond butter, avocado, all that stuff. Yeah, healthy fats, but you can get too much. Exactly. And, it's so easy to walk by, just like that Hershey Kiss. So, any other questions? Anything?
I have some from the web.
Cool.
If you guys are all done. So, somebody says, I feel like I need to work out every day. I feel like if I stop one day, I fall off the bandwagon. What do you think?
I don't know this person. Maybe they will. But if they connect it to a reward, I mean, I wouldn't if I stopped one day. I mean, maybe they're using exercise as a punishment. I don't know. Some people use it as a punishment, and it's not. It's supposed to make you feel good. It's supposed to give you health. Maybe you have to change how you're looking at it and not use it as a punishment. That's my guess. But
That's a good point. Yeah. And then I think you talked a little bit about this, but do you give yourself cheat days or cheat meals?
of course. I do think it's funny how people think I eat totally clean, totally perfect all the time, and no way, no how is that happening. I like sugar, I like treats. I just know how bad and unhealthy they are for me, and I know that if I have too much over a period of time, that my mood is bad, and I react to people not such in a great way. So yes. I do. So for the most part, I think I take good enough care of myself that if I had a cookie, it's not going to throw me off. It's not going to kill me. And I enjoy it. I try to enjoy when I do have something. I really enjoy it. So absolutely. But 80-90% of the time, you know, I'm exercising or eating clean, and you know, I think I'm going to write a blog post about this because, yeah, like I feel fat sometimes. Especially now when it's right post-holiday, but you know, you're either you're improving or you're not. There's no you know perfect homeostasis. There's no static line. There just isn't. Your body's either growing or it's dying. So you know, so most times.
I think part of it is like the whole or nothing. Like looking at, you know, so either you're eating clean and right on target, you're exercising, you're doing well, and then if you don't do that, you start to like it's a dangerous thought pattern that you start there. Like, well, I might as well forget it. Like, what's the point? I'm not doing well, you know. Whereas if you like moderate it, like you talked about lifestyle change.
Yeah, I think you absolutely have to look at it like that, as that it's forever. That this isn't just some 6-week thing, the 3-month thing. I mean, that's sometimes a nice motivator to get to you to, like, if you had a wedding, I want to get this dress for this wedding. It certainly is a motivator to do that. But if you look at it for a longer period of time, like, that's great. I'm going to get this great dress, and then I'm going to keep my healthy lifestyle, because you will find that you are going to have those benefits we talked about. You're going to have energy. You're going to feel good about yourself, and you don't want to give that up. You don't want to give it up. Yeah, I think you're right. It could spiral into a dangerous mindset. But that's why you have to know that there's going to be failures or days of failures. But you just get back on it. Today's a new day. Yesterday, you know, ended last night. So you move on today. Somebody gave me the analogy once. She said, well, you know, if your phone, you dropped your phone, it got a crack in it, do you take the phone and like smash it into the ground and stomp on it? No, you're like, oh my God, I got a crack. I keep moving on. I keep going. So, did you have a question?
I do. When you start to train someone and come into your fitness center for your program, like, what do you say to them as far as like eating? How do you start the process? Like, do you tell them to cut out certain things, like portion control? Like, how do you start?
Well, I meet with everybody individually, one-to-one first. I do have a basic guidelines program, and it really also depends on the person too, because some people, that's just going to throw them over the edge if I say, no dairy, no soy, no this. That'll just throw them over the edge, and they'll just give up, and that's kind of that too many habits at once. Some people can do that. So in our challenges, our 6-week, we call them transformation challenges, but in those programs, yeah, we do have that list of get rid of the gluten, get rid of the dairy, get rid of because people are sensitive to that food and they don't realize it. And they don't realize how it affects their mood. They don't realize how it affects their joints. They're inflamed and what?
Energy too.
Energy, sure. Yeah, they don't realize the mental aspect of it and how it's depleting them of the energy. So sometimes we do. But I also, right now, we currently have somebody in our that trial. And I said, look, this is a lot of change for you. Let's forget about all this. Just do this. Drink the water. We need to get a lot of water in, and you're not drinking. Drink 1 extra cup of water today. So it kind of depends. Everybody's in a different place, you know. So I like to try to help them and see what they are capable of doing right then and there, and then we move on, you know.
And I just have to say something, like early on you said that, you know, when you were talking about people and different reasons why they don't do certain things, and you said that they just don't care. Do you really think that the majority of people don't care? Or sometimes do you think that there could be like underlying issues within themselves?
Yes,
that
definitely.
They can't move forward,
Yeah.
they don't have that drive or that motivation.
Definitely.
You know, whether it's something deep rooted inside of them or,
Yeah, I do believe that.
yeah.
Yeah, I do. I guess, you know, why wouldn't you want to feel good? It's serving a purpose.
Right.
Yeah, it's if you don't want to be healthy, it's serving some purpose to be like that. I don't know what that purpose is, but were there any other questions from the web?
Someone asked about if there are supplements you recommend. I can help you out with
Yeah,
that.
I was gonna
but-
say, you know, I take a lot of supplements myself, and one of the biggest things that I do use is protein powder. Not everybody wants to do that, but I'm sort of a protein pusher. I think it really helps with people achieving their goals. And Basil Bandwagon offers some nice ones. So, Jenna, why don't you tell us
Yeah,
about
I'm just
them?
doing a little, you know, shameless
Yeah, do it.
thing in here.
But also on that note, like if you didn't want to use a supplement, you know, I'm not going to say then you're out. You know, I'd say like, look, good, whole
What are the
food.
ultimate benefits of like protein powder? Because a lot of people use protein powder. Is it more for?
For me, it's convenience.
So
It's
is it
huge
like
convenience.
So do you substitute like your food intake?
Yes.
Yeah, it could be a meal replacement. You know, if portion control and that type of thing is an issue for you. A lot of the protein powders that we have are, like, I like to use this one as a good example. First of all, because it tastes great. I don't know if you've tried bagel before, but it's delicious. It's so low in sugar. In fact, I think there's less than 1 gram in here, but you're still getting a satisfying sweetness to it because it has a little bit of stevia in it. I don't like stevia, and I like this stuff. It's just how the formula is, and they've recreated it several times. But the point of what I'm saying here is that they actually add in greens, vitamins and mineral, extra fiber, omega-3s, antioxidants. So you're getting a meal packaged in a convenient serving, so that, you know, for our lifestyles nowadays, we're always on the go. A lot of people will replace their breakfast with this.
This is just protein, though, right?
Well, this one has the greens in it. Yeah, Vega does
Oh,
make
this is
a-
all in one
Yeah.
shake. Okay.
So you're
Oh, they
getting
have-
actually greens in here. Like if you're not, you know, you need to have a certain amount of vegetables in a day for a lot of reasons. And I love that you touched on mental health so much because, you know, if you're not feeling good and
Yeah, it's huge.
yeah, you need those greens. Other protein powders, there are a lot that are, I think, more formulated for athletes because they're just strictly protein, and that's great. There's amino acids you need in that to help, you know, assimilate a lot of nutrients and different syntheses and stuff that happens in your brain. But a formula like this is going to give you your veggies and other things that you may not be getting in your diet just by buying a tub of this. So I think that's one of the main benefits. It's a greens powder and a protein all in one.
Now, what do you usually mix with that?
If I'm doing a meal replacement, I say to folks,
What do you mean, like water or almond milk or something?
Yeah.
Like what's the
Almond milk,
base?
Yeah. You put.
I use a non-dairy milk in mine, and then if I'm using it for a meal replacement, I'll throw in maybe some berries, frozen berries, or frozen banana. It makes it the consistency of it nice and thick.
Yeah,
And I
that's
chew the shake. Like I make it thick enough that I actually chew my shake. I'll put a little cacao nibs on top, some chocolate in there, and it's delicious. It's absolutely delicious. I'm gonna be honest. I didn't have time to eat dinner today because I came to help set up for this. This was my dinner today. I had this on right out the door. This is what I ate. Not even lying about that.
How many calories is a serving?
one scoop is one serving is 160 calories.
Yeah, it's low.
You know, a lot of women are really focused on calories,
Yeah.
and to some degree you have to be, because the big picture is if you're eating too many, then you know you're not going to have a healthy body composition. And you can eat 100 calories of almonds and 100 calories of Doritos. Your body does not metabolize those same calories. They don't metabolize those calories the same way. So the Doritos will stick to your hips, and the almonds will, be processed. Not all those calories should be stored. So while you need to be aware of that, I try to guide my clients to focus on, am I getting enough vegetables, protein, fruit, like those whole foods, and of course the healthy fats. And if you need to use a shake, a serving is going to be, they're not going to over caloric you.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
And then
Yeah.
throw some fruit, throw a little fat if you wanted to.
Yeah, those supplements are designed by athletes, professionals. They research that stuff for a long time
What's
before they
this
formulate
skinny
it. That's a fiber supplement.
Yeah, but I saw up front too. She has
I'll go get it. Yeah.
Yeah, I was just looking at that. I was thinking about trying it. I don't know these two. I don't know these two products here.
So if you don't have almond milk or another type of milk, what can you use? I don't keep almond milk.
Water?
Just water.
I just use water.
Yeah, I mean, you can't go wrong with water.
That's what trips me up. Is I don't just keep that stuff in the house.
Yep.
Stir it in water and drink it.
Some, you know what? The thing about protein powders and meal replacements, they all have different flavors. They all have different, consistencies.
Yes.
You kind of have to find one that has a good macronutrient profile and that you like. And if you don't like it, you're not gonna to drink it. And if you can get to drink it with water, that's fantastic, because that means you're not gonna be held back. You're not gonna say, I don't have any almond milk, so I'm not gonna drink it. You're gonna be like, I like this. It's in water, and I shake it, and it blends easily. So, find one you like, and if you want help, I'll help you with that. But
Yeah, my problem is that's easy.
Yep, there's one up
they
there.
have
Actually,
trials.
we
They
have
have trial samples
yeah.
up there. Yep.
Of the Vega, we do as well. And there are tons more options if you are non-dairy. Like she said, if you know of any food sensitivities or allergies that you have, there is a supplement that we can match you with. We have whey-based supplements, and we have plant-based, which are these. These are actually mostly pea protein, but a lot of times they include hemp and some different types of grains that are gluten-free. Also, a lot of protein in them as well. Cheese.
Production. So it's not really great. I mean, if you're not going to eat dairy, why would you eat the byproduct?
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, if you're eliminating dairy, you would want to choose a plant-based protein.
Right.
But that's up to the individual. There are many folks out there who aren't intolerant to dairy and can tolerate it very well. Meat sources have a full spectrum of amino acids, whereas some plant sources of protein don't. Amino acids are the building blocks of protein, and they synthesize different processes in your body. So they're going to help regulate your neurotransmitters, make sure you're feeling good, get that serotonin going. So, if you are abstaining from eating meat, yeah, you'd want to avoid a whey protein and go for something else. Hemp actually is, I believe, one of the few, if not only, plant-based protein sources that has a full spectrum of amino acids in it. So that's a good alternative. But a lot of people, at least when they're getting started on this kind of stuff, don't have a taste for hemp protein right away, because it's very green tasting. I don't know if that's a better way to describe it. It's usually not the most popular or preferred version. But sometimes people can kind of graduate to that. There's a lot of research out there on, we mentioned before, sugar being very addictive. So when you can get yourself kind of off of sugar. And feel free again to come in and talk to us. We have alternatives for anything it is, anything that's your vice. If you're on soda, you need an alternative to step off of that. We've got kombucha, we've got stevia drink, whatever it is.
Yeah, you
Your
have now
taste
do
buds start to
kombucha
change.
here.
We do have kombucha
It was
here.
good. I had some
Delicious.
before.
Did you try it on tap?
Yeah.
On tap too. Yeah.
That's the one I tried.
Yeah, it's delicious.
Like supplements, like if you wanted to really look at your individual supplement needs, like that you're really pinpoint what your body can benefit from based on your age. You have a
Yeah.
like so you like is there something like somebody here?
Yeah, I'm a certified health coach, and we love working with Marie and other fitness trainers, professionals, wherever it is you do your stuff. She has recommendations. By all means, work with your professionals, your doctors, your nutritionists, whatever. Bring some paperwork in if there are specific supplements you're looking for. We've always got somebody working the floor at the front of the store where all our supplements are. We're happy to help you find what it is that you're looking for. And even if it's food, if you have specific recommendations, for whatever transformation challenge you were calling it, come in with a list. This happens all the time. Women, a lot of times, women are the ones doing the shopping. Men come in too with a list, and we can help you. If you can't pronounce it, you don't know what it is, don't be shy. That's what we're here for, really. We love talking about this stuff. I love talking about this.
Do you have somebody here that can look at blood work?
We're not credentialed healthcare providers per se. Our store owner is a registered herbalist, so if you are interested in incorporating herbs into your routine, let's say you saw an endocrinologist and your hormones were a bit off, or you want to work with a licensed professional who does alternative therapies, he definitely is one to talk to. The rest of us can help you find what you're looking for here and make recommendations in that way. But we can't look at blood work or anything like that, unfortunately. Okay. Too many laws. I'd love to, but. Anything else? I think we're good from the web also. So Marie, I want to just thank you for coming. Thank you all for coming.
Thank you very much.
If the store's open till late, if you feel free shopping. Anyone has any more questions from the web, thank you for joining us or for checking out this video after the fact. Leave a comment, a question, whatever, we'll answer. If we can't, we're in touch with Marie and she'd be more than happy to give an answer also. And check her out at, what's your website?
herfitnessnj.com.
And we tagged her in this post, so you'll find her on there too. Just click on Her Fitness NJ.
Yep.
Right.
And yeah, my email is marie@herfitnessnj.com.
Cool. All right.
Okay.
Thank you.
you.
everyone.